Ubizo, lungibize engalweni. Ngiyokhalela bani nayi iphimbo lami liphindaphinde entabeni. Ngithi inyawo zami ngibeleze kulo mhlaba nemsindo. Ngifunana noxolo ey'ngalweni. Kukhalisima emaye emzini kamkhulu. Umkhondolo usekhaya.
Sawubona to you, sawubona to yours, from one great spirit to another. Igama lami uThulani Malivu. Welcome to Ubizo Daily. Today we speak about something powerful but also dangerous when misunderstood. Charisma, the ability to inspire, to attract, to move people emotionally. But the question is not whether charisma is useful. The question is, what happens when everything depends on it? Let's speak about the power of charisma from one spirit to another. Charisma can start movements. It can gather people, it can create energy, it can inspire belief, it can make people feel seen, motivated, alive. And in the early stages, this may be deemed valuable because people are drawn to energy before they understand structure. But charisma is a spark, not a system. Let's speak about when personality becomes the foundation. The danger begins when the movement becomes centered around a person. Their presence, their voice, their energy. Everything works when they are there. Everything slows down when they are not. Decisions wait for them. Progress depends on them. And slowly, something unhealthy forms. The system is no longer the foundation. The person is. And I learned this with the live streams of Ubizo Daily. When I wasn't there, nothing could depend on it. And also because it was, or rather it is, a one-man show. Specifically with the live streams, it was quite daunting. Let's speak about the hidden fragility. Charisma-led structures look strong from the outside, but internally, they are fragile because they cannot function independently. Remove the person, and confusion appears. Remove the leader, and direction disappears. Remove the energy, and everything begins to stall. Because nothing was built to stand without constant presence. And I think this is why I'm feeling called. I feel called rather to share my testimony right about now. I started a platform 2024, Ubizo Daily. At the time it was meaning. It was ideally I wanted to have conscious conversations about spirituality and our history as people of this continent, Alkebulan, also known as Africa. That happened. It got to a point where I dropped the EP Ubizo, and then again, Spirit called me to start the live stream of Ubizo Daily, and we did that. But almost 4 months in, as I was doing it every other day for 3 hours, I crashed emotionally. I almost crashed spiritually. The crashing wasn't from the fact that, no, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. It was from the fact that there needs to be structure and processes in place that can be able to see this platform move, this channel, this network move into something greater than yourself. And I had to take a step back so I could be able to establish structures that work. Let's speak about the ego trap. There's also a deeper layer. Sometimes people do not build systems because being needed feels powerful. And this is why I decided to pause with the live streams of Ubizo Daily, because I started seeing a need for the platform. But at the same time, I had to self-check to say, Thulani, we will not do this ego boosting thing. You've never been about ego-driven initiatives. Yes, we understand that people are needing to hear from you, but the one thing that you will not do is to continue on this journey, even though it feels heavy. I did not quit. I stalled so that I could understand the power that I come with, so that I could understand fully the engagement with other great spirits, so I could understand the structures that needed to be in place so that this platform, this network, this channel, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, it is still there. As I was saying, there's also a deeper layer. Sometimes people do not build systems because being needed feels powerful. Being the center feels important. Being the one everyone depends on feels like control. I did not want this for myself, as it clearly appeared to me that this is not leadership. This is attachment disguised as importance. And it prevents real growth because true leadership is not about being needed. It is about building something that can function without you. Let's speak about systems that create independence. A real structure does not rely on personality. It relies on systems, clear processes, defined roles, shared understanding, documented ways of working, so that when one person steps away, the work continues. Not perfectly, but consistently, because the strength is in the system, not the individual. And that's why I had to take a sacred pause. Let's speak about building beyond yourself. The goal for me is not to remove myself completely. The goal is to remove dependence, to build something that can breathe without my constant input, to create a structure that can carry the vision forward, even when I'm resting, even when I'm absent, even when I choose to move on. Because if everything collapses when you step away, then you have not built a system. You have built an extension of yourself. And I'm so fortunate that I got to experience that publicly. And being the Tulani Malivu that I am, the great spirit that I am, the sign and son of the soil Alkebule, I don't just want to build things that are extensions of myself, but rather systems that speak and touch on longevity. So today, ask yourself honestly, if you step away from what you are building, would it continue or would it begin to collapse? Because charisma can start something, but only structure can sustain it. Until next time, okuhle, umusa, kanye nokukhanya ekuhambeni kwakho. Light, mercy, and blessings on your path. Ubizo Daily. The call continues.